I think every year it's a building block. Obviously my second year is different than my third year, and you just kind of learn the nuances of the game. For me, it's just more of like knowing where I want to go and where I want to be. And like I was just saying, like for me, it's no distraction. So this is what I love to do. This is what I dream to do. So at the end of the day, you got to respect the game. You got to put all the time you need to put in a little more. So that's kind of my mentality. Like I was saying, not big into the social media stuff and all of that. Like it's all cool, but for me, it's about how can I help my team be better, and how can I help myself reach the goals that I want to reach. Speed's always been my thing. So I reach crazy miles per hour all the time in practice, here, games, and whatever. So for me, like I said, it's just about execution. And everybody being on the same page. And like I said, how can I help my team win? And that's being the best version of myself. So obviously, that's playing full speed all the time, and that's kind of my game.
What do you look ahead to this coming week with the Bears? Like, what goals have you set for yourself in this coming game?
For me, I think it's not really about the goals, it's about the system. So all throughout the week of what I've been doing, my preparation and all that type of stuff. So I'm not really big into all the goals. Obviously, you set goals, but like I said, it's the system, keeping all the things that I do throughout the week the same. Me and people were just talking the other day, there's nothing that's going to change. It's going to be the same thing. And then if you do the things you do throughout the week, Sunday takes care of itself.
Like I said, just getting your feet wet and getting some experience in an NFL game, it was definitely needed, and I'm glad I got that.
How prepared did you feel? Like, obviously, getting up to NFL speed is a little different from a college level, getting out there first time.
Yeah, having 3 preseason games is good, but just preparing throughout the week like you're going to play. I take my preparation very seriously, so I'll always be ready to step in, when needed.
If that should come for this week, what have you seen out of like some of the wide receivers that the Bears have, especially like Rome Odunze, that's been making some waves?
Yeah, they're definitely going to try and threaten you vertically. Try and attack the zones when they can. But they got a lot of great talent, a lot of great players. But we're working hard. We got great players, and we got a great game plan going in to be able to handle it.
Last one for me, just when you take a look at Caleb Williams and his development, like when you see a second-year quarterback and what he's been able to do so far, just how does the defense kind of work the attack and the plan on someone that's been, I guess, really diversified out there on the field?
Yeah, he's a dynamic talent. He's got the arm strength, he's got the scrambling ability, so you really have to be on point, whenever he's on the field. But we're taking steps to make sure that we cover the passing game, but also make sure we keep him corralled, in the run game wise.
Yeah, obviously, he can scramble. You know what I mean? So that makes it tough for the defense as a whole. And like I said, man, we gotta have our rush lanes, integrity. We gotta play sticky defense on the back end, and hopefully slow them down. Solid.
They've got some wide receiver talent there as well. I don't know if somebody already asked you this, sorry, but what have you seen out of Odunze and Lexicarius that has been impressive on film?
Yeah, again, obviously they can run all of the routes. They obviously involved in the run game as well, can block. So it's going to be a great challenge for us.
With also Caleb Williams showing some development, working with Ben Johnson now, how have you seen this offense differentiate from previous years?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know too much about Chicago, just watching them over the years, but obviously, I respect what Ben Johnson is doing. I was with him in Detroit for a little bit, so he's very creative, and he knows how to get his players the ball.
Jamal, outside of a few plays, you guys have really been pretty stout against the run. Are you guys just naturally good against the run, or is it something that you guys focused on? Is it both?
I guess we're naturally just good. No, I'm just playing. It's cool, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, just doing our job and executing. You know what I mean? Throughout the week, we always prepare each day. Obviously, stopping the run is the main thing for a defense. You stop the run, you can get them behind the sticks and force their hands. So that's first and second down is definitely our major focus as far as stopping the run and getting them behind the sticks.
As a veteran on this team, how do you get this team going after a week like what happened with the Commanders and some of the tackling issues?
Right. It's still early in the season, I remember when I was young, I used to, think it was the end of the world. You lose a big game or you get blowed out, whatever the case may be.
Right.
It's still early, early in the season. There's a lot of teams that's 1-2. This is just a respond week, and we just got to get back to 500.
I wanted just to get your take right out of what you've seen from some of the offensive players, especially Rome Odunze.
Yeah, I think that they have a really dynamic offense. Obviously, they have a dynamic quarterback with Caleb Williams. They have a bunch of playmakers, Luther Burden, Rome, of course. So, it's going to be a handful for us, but a challenge that we're ready for and what we're preparing for right now.
On top of that, just, what does this team do right now to try to get things going, to get some consistency going? What's been the talk like?
I think we lock back into our fundamentals, right? Those are the things that carry us through, whether that's physicality, whether that's effort to the ball, pursuit, hands, eyes, feet, all the rest of those things. It's football at the end of the day, so you have to lock back into your fundamentals to be successful.
What would you say the mindset of the team is now coming off back-to-back losses?
To win the next one, you know what I mean? Like to go out there and do whatever it takes to stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really like winning back-to-back. Definitely don't like winning back-to-back-to-backs. I mean, losing.
Right.
You don't like losing back-to-back-to-back. So let's go ahead and put an end to it and get back on the right track.
You feel the mindset of practice is pretty good today in that regard?
I think so. I mean, people came in ready to work. There's a lot of professionals on the team, so I think we'll be all right.
What was the message to the team, like from some of the captains that maybe helped get the mindset going for this week?
Flush it and stay together. I would say, I mean, real emphasis on the staying together part because we've been around here, like we know what losing can do to a program, and if everybody just stick together and focus on winning the next one, we'll be all right.